let's talk about a moment that can honestly make or break your SAP S/4HANA project, the design workshop. Seriously, if you get this phase right, you've got a clear runway for launch. But if you get it wrong, well, you're looking at some serious delays and budget headaches. So today, we're going to show you exactly how to turn those gaps you found into a rock-solid plan for success. Let's get into it.
Okay, so you've made it through the Fit to Standard workshops. Phew, you've done the hard work, you've gone through all the standard processes, and now you have this list, a list of all the things SAP S/4HANA doesn't do for your business right out of the box. It's a huge milestone, but it can also feel a little overwhelming. The big question on everyone's mind is, okay, now what? How do we turn this list of problems into a blueprint that our team can actually build?
So, first things first, let's get on the same page with the terminology. Those gaps we just talked about, we call them delta requirements. It's a fancy term for a pretty simple idea. This is everything your business needs that the standard system doesn't deliver. And this very list is the whole reason we even need to have a design workshop in the first place.
And that's exactly where the design workshops come in. Think of them as the official next step, the bridge that's specifically engineered to take those delta requirements and turn them into tangible, actionable solutions. This is where high-level ideas get forged into detailed plans.
You know, I absolutely love this analogy because it just clicks. Think about it. The fit to standard phase is like touring a beautiful model home. You walk through and say, wow, this is great, but I'd really like a bigger kitchen over here and maybe a third bathroom. The design workshop, that's when you actually sit down with the architect, roll out the paper, and start drawing the detailed blueprints for those custom changes. See? It makes perfect sense.
Now, your approach here isn't one size fits all. It really depends on what kind of project you're on. For a new implementation, a greenfield project, you're building that house from the ground up. You're creating new documents, new designs, everything from scratch. But for a system conversion, it's more like a renovation. Your work is way more surgical. You're not starting over. You're just laser focused on what has to change, updating the documents you already have. It's a really crucial distinction.
So if the workshop is our meeting with the architect, what do we walk away with? You leave with a project blueprint. And in our world, that blueprint is really built on 3 core deliverables. These are the actual documents your build team is going to use to construct the solution.
Right? These are the big 3. You've got the design document, that's the master plan. Then there's the master data design, which is all about the structure for your most important information. And last but not least, the functional specifications. These are the nitty-gritty technical instructions for your developers. Let's actually dig into that last one a little bit more, because it's a biggie.
Functional specs. Okay, these are absolutely vital. They cover all of your custom development needs, which we group together with the acronym WRICF. And here's why they're so critical. You cannot, and I mean cannot, get an accurate estimate for the time and cost of your build phase without them. Getting these specs right is the key to keeping your whole project on schedule and on budget.
So what is this WRICF thing anyway? It's really just a handy way to remember the 6 main types of custom development. You've got workflows for things like approvals, custom reports for your analytics, interfaces that let your system talk to other systems, data conversions for migrations, enhancements that tweak standard functions, and finally, forms, like a custom invoice layout. Basically, any custom object you're going to build will fall into one of these buckets.
Okay, so now that we've got a handle on all the custom bits and pieces, let's circle back and zoom in on that first and most foundational deliverable, the design document. This thing is the absolute heart of your blueprint. It's the master plan.
And as you can see here, this document is really the glue that holds everything together. It's the central hub, the single source of truth. It connects everything from process flows and configurations all the way to user roles and data estimates. It's the one place you can go to see exactly how a business process is going to run in the new system, including a clear map of where you're deviating from the standard SAP best practices.
But listen, a great design isn't just about what's happening in the back end. I mean, how your team actually interacts with the system every single day is just as important, if not more so. And that's why we have to talk about user experience, or UX design.
This quote just nails it perfectly. The goal is to ensure each end user sees the relevant and necessary apps on their personal launchpad screen to complete their job tasks. I mean, that's the whole game right there. It means that when your users log in, they aren't confused or hunting for the tools they need. Everything is right there, front and center.
And the good news is, this isn't just guesswork. There's a structured process to get it right. First, you identify the roles and the apps they need. Next, you define any customizations to the look and feel of their main screen, the Fiori Launchpad. Then, you create custom templates for any special business roles. And finally, you just assign those templates to the right people. It's a clear path to a super user-friendly system.
You know, when you boil it all down, after all the meetings and all the documents, the purpose of this entire phase is incredibly simple. It's about providing enough, clear, unambiguous detail so that your implementation team can hit the ground running and actually start building, without constantly having to stop and ask questions. And that brings us to the one critical question you have to ask at the end of every single design workshop. Look at the documents you've created, look at your team, and ask, is our blueprint clear enough to start building the house tomorrow? If a construction crew showed up, could they get to work with just these plans? If the answer is a confident yes, then you, my friend, are ready to build.
Welcome to the